everybody. Oh my goodness, so happy to be back with you for another budget check-in. This is 2 in a row, and I feel like this is more budgeting than I have ever done before, than I have ever thought about before. So usually I'm just like, spend all of my fun money until, you know, after all of the bills are paid, just spend all of the money that I have and then pray that I don't overdraft, and I'm tired of doing that. So this is definitely new for me, but it feels good. So we're gonna go ahead and take a look at my budget section. Oh, this is my current week. If you missed it, this is where we're at. Let's go into budget. There we go. And we are on February. So let's just take a look here. And this is my monthly, still working on getting all of my bills placed, but this is where we're at with the monthly, similar to where we're at from last time, but definitely working on getting those all placed on here and all of that good stuff. So we have that. And then this is my overall budget. If you didn't see me set that up, I will go through like where we're at. So for example, some of these things I have spent more on and others I have spent less on, and that kind of thing. So then here are my weekly updates. And so this week, I really worked hard to do the journaling part as well, because I feel like reflective journaling is super helpful. So I won't go, you guys can take a look at what I have up here if you want to. You can look at this versus last month if you watched last month, or if you're new here, hello, welcome to my budgeting. And these are all real numbers, so this is so far what I have spent, and I have talked a little bit about this, but this is only my spending. This isn't like my household spending. So my husband and I do bills separately and all of that good stuff. So here we go. So first week, where do I deserve a gold star? So I did less spending on Amazon Prime this week. So there was only one Amazon Prime video, and I think this was like a, oh my gosh, what was it? It was one that we have watched all of the time with the kids. And I was just like, you know, whatever, I'm just gonna buy it. And that's why it was $7.99. So I didn't do any rentals. All of the things that we've been watching this month are included in the subscriptions that we already pay for, which feels really good, and that kind of thing. So that is there. And then the majority of my spending right here was on needs only. There were only a couple of things like this Apple purchase. I think this actually goes with one of my social media photo editing apps. I would consider that a need, other people would not. Okay, Joann's was not a need. Venmo art class for my daughter, I would consider that a need as well, because she definitely needs that outlet. And then Amazon was a need. This was not a need. So the Joann and this Money Lion membership thing, not a need. Curiosity Flowers, this is a gift that it comes out every month for my mom. So she is getting a 12-month flower subscription. So she gets flowers every month, and that was her Christmas gift, so that will come out, I guess technically a need. And then Instacart was groceries, and so far I don't feel like that's doing too bad, just kind of looking at that. So the majority of my spending was on needs only. And then is there anything I can do better next week? So I do want to go through and review these two things that look like subscriptions. So I want to see what app this is that was the $5.99 charge. I also want to review this Money Lion membership and see if that's a service that I still want to use. Full transparency, that is like a pay in advance thing that I was using. I got into a bad habit of just using this like pay advance thing. I have also gotten into bad habits of using like PayPal for pay or Klarna or Afterpay. Like I have gotten into really bad habits with those things, and so those are old habits that I'm trying to break. Currently working on that. So that is that, and I have cut the money that I advance every month in half, and I hope that by the end of March to be totally done with that. Actually 100% thanks to you guys, because the amount of income that I'm making from my YouTube channel now is enough to where I don't feel like I need that extra padding between paychecks. So thank you for all that you do by watching my content and interacting. It truly does help my family, and that is like a visual way to show that. Okay, so that was week 1. And then week 2, here are all of my things that I spent. TPT, this is Teachers Pay Teachers. And so what that is, if you're not a teacher, that is like a service where you can go on and you can buy other teachers' products and content that they They have produced a lot of really nice Google Slides things that are there. And so I often use that, number one, because I love supporting other teachers. And then number two, because I love the things that are created on there. And I love, it's like I guess it's like a paid way that we can collaborate even more. So I can see what other teachers are making. I've thought of making content to produce on there, but I have to talk to my school about that, because our school's a little bit different because it's all virtual, and it's not that we have necessarily trade secrets, but we've worked really hard to develop a lot of our content. So I wouldn't want to try to like make income off of that, if that makes sense. But anyway, and I don't know, I love collaborating with other educators, but there was a time when I'm on a soapbox now. This is a tangent. Feel free to skip forward if this is interesting to you, but there was a time before, before COVID times, because I've been in virtual ed since, for the last 6 years, so several years prior to COVID. And there was a time when, virtual education teachers were not necessarily looked down on, but I don't think, in my opinion, respected as much as brick and mortar school teachers and that kind of thing. And so there's that. And so I'm just really protective of the things that I create, but that is something that I looked at. So that is TPT. And then Stadia, this is like a video game platform with the Google Chrome thing. I think the other things are self-explanatory. These PayPal purchases, I believe, are Happy Planner purchases, to be honest. Okay. And then we'll talk about this, but I also included on here that I put $50 into my savings. That was my gold star moment. So for the first time in many years, I was able to add $50 to my savings. So it is just like my savings account that's right next to my checking account. I could access it at any time, but I'm really working on not doing that, just so that I can have that if I do need it for whatever, I've noticed that house things break. We want to paint our house this summer, so I'm working on a savings for that. And then the areas where I can do better is I want to review my subscriptions again, because there's an Apple one on here, and I think that's it. Oh, and then the Stadia one, that one we're probably gonna keep because the kids use that one a lot. And then my planner supplies, I just want to review my spending, and I just want to look at that. You guys know that I'm really real about what I spend on planner supplies. If you watch my shopping vlogs, sometimes I buy things when I go out and sometimes I don't. I just want to review that, because as I'm looking around my craft room, I'm surrounded by planner supplies. So I just want to make sure that when I'm shopping, it's not just like in the heat of the moment and that kind of thing. So if any of you, when you're out, shopping for planner supplies, I guess probably remove the temptation is the first step. But I do love to go out to the craft store. It's kind of a nice little time for me, and I love to film the shopping vlogs for you all. But if you have like a system for purchasing planner supplies or that kind of thing, I suppose I could add another line on my budget for planner supplies. That might be what I do, actually, just talking that out. And then one of you guys, you were talking about the Prime Video thing and talking about that it doesn't necessarily need to be something that I remove from my budget, but I could just add another line item for that and really budget for that. And then once I don't have any more money to spend for videos that month, then we're just done with that. So that's actually a really good idea. So I think I'm going to do that for next month. But that is how the second week shook out. And then we're in the third week currently, and I haven't finished it up, so I haven't done my review, but this is where we're at. I only budgeted $100 for my nails this month, and I thought that was actually going to be over budget, like a large amount, but because I'm going to go wild, I got my toes done early, and so it was nails and toes, so it ended up being more expensive. And then let's see here. Oh, and then I like using Noom, and I've really liked it for a while, but I don't feel like I need like the coaching support right now. And Noom is like a fitness and like weight loss support app, but I just don't feel like I need the coaching. So my sister-in-laws and I are in a group chat, and we, talk about our progress and kind of share over there. So I feel like I have that support, as well as whenever I share wellness planning with you guys, there's that support as well. And then just being able to, share it with family and friends and that kind of thing also. So the only thing I'm worried about if I cancel that subscription is if I were to lose all of the data, because I do weigh myself every day, and I don't think I would want to lose that. So I'm going to need to transfer that all into another like free app. And then I'm thinking about canceling Noom, because that'll be a big savings. That'll be a $50 savings every month. Then Leanne and I booked a hotel for March 2nd because we'll be arriving to Anaheim one night earlier than we anticipated. So we'll be staying in Anaheim on the 2nd and then waking up to do registration and pick our friends up from the airport and that kind of thing. So we needed one more night in the hotel, so that ended up being a total of $171, and then Leanne is going to reimburse me for her half of that, but that is what the money that came out. And then let's see here, I did have a Prime Video, but again only one, so that's only 2 total for the month, which feels good. And then I had this Amazon order is that I ordered new Birkenstocks for Go Wild because I realized my other ones were basically like my garden shoes, and I don't know, I could show up in like all of my realness, but I don't know, when I'm going to a conference, I wanted to look nice. So I got new Birkenstocks. I kind of needed them for the summer anyway. Real talk, Brian super glued my ones from last summer. And I think, okay, let me know other Birkenstocks wearers. I've never tried this before, but I'm almost certain that Birkenstocks have like a lifetime warranty. So I might be able to take my old pair in and have them repaired or something like that, or send them back to Birkenstock and have them do that. Just let me know if you know any information about that. I can very easily Google it, but we're here, we're chatting, you know. If anybody else knows about that, let me know. For the first time in a long time, I got myself a Starbucks, which after I did that, I regretted it because I'm like a 1 cup of coffee person in the morning. It's a big cup of coffee, but I have like I think it's 18 ounces of coffee and then a few ounces of fat-free half and half. And then that is like good for me for the day. I don't get jittery or anything like that, and I don't feel like an afternoon crash. So that's been good for me. But I got an iced coffee with stevia and half and half, so it was totally low carb and stuff. But I was so jittery yesterday, and I'm still like a little bit coming down off of it. Part of it is because I'm super excited for Go Wild and like the planning and the packing and all the things. But oh my gosh, you guys, yesterday I was so so jittery. And then my Hulu subscription came out, and that is really the 3rd week. And then we have a couple of days left in this week, so we'll see how that shakes out. But just kind of talking through this also is making me more aware. I do have some big expenses coming up this month that are still to come. So thank you again for making it possible with my YouTube income. That's going to really help make this, number one, make this trip possible for me. So I really appreciate that you are pouring into my channel so that I can pour into some of you who are going to meet at the conference, and then just generally pour back into this business by sharing, you know, vlogs and just overall having a great time and all of that good stuff. So these are the expenses that are going to be related to our travel, or for me specifically. So the extra night in the hotel from, I put May on here, that's weird, March 3rd through 6th is going to be $169. It actually might be less than that because that is our total divided by 4, but they have also on there the 7th. So I don't know if I will be contributing to that part. So we'll figure out the total, but that's about what it will be. I'm going to purchase tire chains because I was reading on like the TripAdvisor or Trip Check or something like that, that chains are required still going through the Siskiyous, and we are driving. Leanne and I are driving down. So I just want to have those in the car. It said the conditions are clear and there's no precipitation, which I'm crossing my fingers that it stays that way for the next 2 weeks and beyond, so that I can get back home and all of that good stuff. So tire chains, there is that. And then AAA, I'm gonna go ahead and reinstate that just so that I have that, because again, totally driving. I am not a handy person, and I would rather have that kind of backup if I need to get towed anywhere or have a flat tire and need any help with that. So I'm getting my AAA reinstated. I'm gonna do the inside-outside car wash. I'm gonna get the oil changed. I need to, oh my gosh, so the DMV up here has been so delayed, and I need to go in. Actually, I've been trying to do my tags through the mail, and I've paid and everything, and I have not received my tags yet. And that was like months ago. Like, I think, when was that? That had to have been in January. So I'm gonna go in and get that figured out so I can have up-to-date tags, because the last thing that I want is to get pulled over on that trip. I'm gonna go to DEQ, that goes with that. And then I have a line here for food and drink. So for those of you who have attended planner conferences, or for those of you who have even gone to Go Wild or something similar, what did you plan and budget for food and drink? I will say I'm not a drinker, so I don't plan to like have a lot of money spent on alcoholic drinks. I'll probably just have a Coke or something, but I just want to do that so that I know ahead of time. I'm budgeting for the round trip because I do drive a hybrid. That gas is going to cost around $400. I already spent at Torrid $61 for jams, the Birkenstocks as you saw, the nails as you saw. I'm also going to get just an extra tire just so I have that in the car, like an extra tire that fits my car that's not a spare, like a real tire, so that if we do have a problem with one of the tires or get a flat or something, I can use AAA, but I already have the tire, so they won't need to tow it to anything, and we can just have them put it on and then we can go. So there's that, and then I'm going to get roomie gifts, and table mate gifts are almost done, and then I'm also going to have my tires aligned on the car. So this is my Go Wild budget sheet, and that is in February because I have to be ready to go in March. So these are all of the things that I added to my budget section for that. So that is my current budget update. Thank you so much for checking this out. I feel like doing a really great job with budgeting and like keeping up with that, and I'm actually writing it in my planner. I feel like that's half the battle. I really can't believe that I'm going into March and I'm still in the same planners and still actually writing in them and using them. Like, if you guys saw my plan with me as well, you'll even notice that like my current week, like I've updated things and I have written things in here and all of that good stuff, and like things are getting checked off. It's kind of wild that I'm actually still using the same planner because usually I'm out of the planners. And I will be, so this is a little teaser for those of you who are watching today, I will be reacting to the previews that Marielle is putting up on Instagram of the spring release. Today they showed the work planner line. Oh my goodness. So I have thoughts on that. I have thoughts on the Disney line. So stay tuned for that. I also will show a video of what I'm packing for Go Wild. I'll have a plan with me that week. So I'm basically double filming this week so that I can get all of that edited and up for you guys. But I'm really excited to go, and I'm really excited to still also have content for you all who are not able to necessarily be there with me. So thank you so much for checking out my budget today. I hope you all have a fantastic day. I hope that you are doing well. I hope that, I just hope you're doing well. And I hope that if you are working on your budgeting, that it's going well. Feel free to leave any celebrations and areas of improvement down in the comments below, and your areas for budgeting. Again, this is a safe space, so feel free to share with the community and we would love to know. So feel free to do that down in the comments. And if you're new here, hello, my name is Caitlin, and I would love it if you would hit that red subscribe button down below and go ahead and join the journey on this fun little channel here. You can also give the video a like, a little thumbs up. That helps me out so much, as well as leaving a comment down below. Go ahead and leave a comment with the emoji with the dollar signs in the eyes. That's perfect for the budgeting. So thanks again for doing that. And then if you'd like to find me anywhere else, I will be over on @creatinginchaos_official. Thank you to those of you who have come over and followed me from here already. I love that. That's awesome. I'm going to be sharing so much in my stories over there about Go Wild and stuff. So if you're interested in checking that out, and all of that good stuff. So you can follow me there, and then you can also join my Patreon, and that is Creating in Chaos over on Patreon. And then I also have affiliate links and that kind of thing down below if you are going to be shopping Happy Planner or any of the other shops that I have there as well. So and so thank you so much for watching. And by the way, you guys, have fun today.